Good morning, good morning, good morning, church family. We are here. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Hope your Sunday morning is going well. And listen, this is the first Sunday that, first time that we're shooting the pre-worship experience right here in the beautiful SSC Live TV studios. Hey, I'm your host, Miss Crystal Goodner-Spratt. And good Sunday morning to you. I'm getting a little feedback. There we go. Getting a little feedback there off of my phone because we're going to do the shout outs. We are live on this Sunday morning. And let me tell you, it is Legacy Sunday, you guys. So as we always encourage you to do, go ahead, be a digital disciple, share this broadcast, and let someone you know that needs to hear a word from the Lord. Worship begins at 9:30, and it is Legacy Sunday. I've got two words for you. Michael Fry. Minister Michael Fry and Colette Bridgewater will be joining us for worship today as we honor the ministry of our Legacy Choir. Hey, speaking about honoring, we are honoring and still mourning the passing of one of our devoted, about Brother Rico Foreman. He was laid to rest last week, and we have a tribute for you. The musicians, former and current St. Stephen musicians, came together to reflect and to remember this life well lived. Check this out.
Rico Foreman was a great man, committed, talented, gifted brother, friend. Just, you don't find people like that no more.
Man, where do I start? Rico, one of the most dependable, loyal, trustworthy musicians that I probably have ever worked with. My hat has to go off to Rico because Rico worked the job at Bob Evans for countless years. I mean, probably over 20 plus years. But he worked, Bob Evans worked UPS at night, and then was such a family-oriented person with his father and took care of his father who was struggling with health issues. I mean, he lifted them, changed them, fed them, did everything that a son would do for a dad. I mean, the best caretaker in the world.
Those are the two words I have for Rico: resilient and consistent. He was here every service, every rehearsal. He didn't miss Bible study, and that's for like 17 years straight. He sat with me and watched me grow, and watched me learn, watched me mess up, watched me be on my head and upside down. But he stayed there and he was supportive. He pushed me through it.
I had the privilege of working with Rico in Hardin County at our Hardin County campus. He was serving as bass player. Would leave the Indiana campus on Sunday when Rev get up to preach and drive an hour to the Hardin County.
He would always show up on time or early, most of the time early. He'd come in, he'd bring a different bass every week, and his basses were next level. Everybody knows that.
Rico was just a dedicated musician, dedicated to just being a good bass player. Rico worked hard, and there were times that I probably even over-pushed Rico. But he never fussed, he never complained, and I worked him. I promise you. I worked him. There's times he probably left out of here wanting to fight me, but he never showed it, never had a bad attitude, never had a bad spirit.
Rico was one of the most patient cats that I ever met. Super nice guy, and one of the main reasons why I say he was patient is because he dealt with me and Titus for years.
Before every rehearsal it was, let's go, it's boot camp. Lord, hopefully we come out of here all right. Or it was, after it was over with, man, we're gonna jump him. We're gonna get together, we're gonna jump him. And we literally, there was days we planned it out. We would come in with a game plan, ready to jump on Titus or ready to jump on TJ, one of them.
Rico knew me since I was a teenager. So one night after rehearsal, he was like, hey man, you have a minute? And we just literally talked. He was like, look, you don't have to tell me everything, but I see you dealing with something. You're not the TJ that I know. So for me, that made me respect and love him, as a brother, because he took the time away from music. Like, we were here to work, do a job, get the music, make it the best we could. But even outside of that, he took time to make sure I was okay in my personal life.
One thing I love about Rico was his sense of fashion as well. This guy had shoes galore. And I remember plenty of times where I've asked him, hey, Rico, let me get those shoes after service, man. Let me get those shoes after rehearsal.
Oh man, Rico's love for music was great. I'm sure you heard in the other interviews how he invested into his craft with his bass and things like that. Had the best sounding basses.
I always appreciated the fact that, hey, if we wasn't 100% as a unit, he was usually the first one to say, hey man, can we get back together so we can fix these parts? Or hey man, I think the unit is cool, but can you and me lock in on these parts to make sure you and I are cool? So, his love for music it was very broad.
If I could give a message to Rico right now, I would tell him that I love him very much. That I love him.
Rico, I love you, man. The 4 years that I was with you and here at St. Stephen, I learned more in my life within those 4 years than I've learned. I was 21 when I started. And so those were formative years. And Rico, you really had an impact on my life.
We love you, we miss you. Wish you were still here, but we know you're in a better place.
Man, you left me here with these crazy fools. No, if I could get a message to him right now, it would definitely be just like I told him the other week we were texting, and I told him the other week that I loved him and I really appreciated him and that I'm here for him.
Thank you. It's that simple.
I would say, Rico, man, don't worry about it, man. Your legacy, your memory will live on. Evelyn's gonna be fine. She's gonna make it. We're gonna keep checking on her, man, and making sure she's good, man. And your memory and your legacy will live on. Don't worry, we got you covered, man.
Thank you so much to all of the wonderful people on our music ministry who took the time out to share with us their heartfelt tributes to Rico Foreman. Rico, we love you. And we're still continuing to keep his wife and family lifted up in prayers. And I got to shout out Elder Derek Spratt for doing an amazing job of capturing that footage. There's not a lot of that. It needs to be more of us coming to, the men coming together and loving on one another. And that's what we want to do here at St. Stephen Baptist Church. Hey, welcome to the pre-worship experience. I am live, you all, and we are your jump start to worship. Worship begins at 9:30, and it is Legacy Sunday. Real quick, before we talk a little bit more about the dynamic ministry of the Legacy Choir, I want to do a little bit of shout outs, okay? Miss Pat, Minister Pat Taylor, Evangelist Pat Taylor, I want to say good morning to you. Hope you are doing wonderful. I miss seeing your face. I see that you are locked in. Mother Mitchell, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And if you're coming in, just let me know where you're watching from. Michelle Porter, we've got an update to Miss Michelle Porter's water story. And let's just say, obedience is such a dynamic tool, and we'll talk about all the wonderful things that are going on there with her Water for Texas initiative. Miss Catha Wright, big shout out to you, Miss Catha. I saw that on Facebook, you and your boo going out to dinner. I'm so happy for you, girl. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. All right, well, it's Legacy Sunday here at St. Stephen Baptist Church, and I always say, whenever it is Legacy Sunday and the Legacy Choir blesses us in song, you can never find a parking space. The place is always packed. And it was actually the Legacy Choir's concert, the very last concert we held here at St. Stephen Church before we had to shut down due to COVID. One of our favorite members of the Legacy Choir, we love you all, but one of my favorite members, Miss Beverly Jones, and she's always dressed to the nines. Here she is talking about the Legacy Choir. Check this out.
My name is Beverly Jones. I am a proud member of St. Stephen Church and also a member of the Legacy Choir since its inception, which has brought a lot of extra joy to my worship experience. You know, most of us have been in choirs through the years and had kind of had taken a back seat. But the invitation went out from Minister Kevin James for those of us over 55 who were interested in taking part in the worship experience, and we came. There was a spark still left there, and nobody can bring it out of you like Kevin James. When we come together, the Legacy Choir is to be reckoned with. You know, when I tell some of my friends that are not St. Stephen members that we are over 55, but we're not the average senior choir. We do hymns, but we do hymns in a special way. We do anthems, we do spirituals, but we do contemporary music as well. But we're singing from a spirit from within us, and that makes the difference. And it's so often that a lot of people in the congregation will say, "Oh, I remember when my grandmother used to sing that, or my mother used to sing that." So memories, the lingering memories and the heartfelt gladness that we sing with gives it a special touch. And like I said, there's none other like our director. We thank Pastor Cosby for coming along with this visionary director of ours and making it possible for us to take part in the service. And we're just glad to be part of it and be in that service. We just thank God for the opportunity. We thank God that we've got the health and strength, and and even though there's some of us that are compromised physically, we still have the joy of the Lord in our hearts, and we're able to sing and deliver these songs, and it gives us a special time in the service. Legacy Sunday, as you said, February. We look forward to that, and we're proud to be a part of the service.
Thank you so much to Sister Beverly Jones for such a wonderful tribute and candid conversation about her love for the Legacy Choir. And again, it is Legacy Sunday here at St. Stephen Baptist Church. And I told y'all 2 words, Michael Fry. Minister Michael Fry. Okay, we're going to have a lot of leg action, and we are going to do some high praise, and we'll also be blessed in song by Miss Colette Bridgewater. Worship begins at 9:30, so go ahead, be a digital disciple, and go ahead and share this broadcast. And we would be remiss if we did not shout out Beverly Cleveland, who is the president of the Legacy Choir. Beverly, we love you, and we're keeping you lifted up during this time. All right, well, it is Women's Day is coming up. Am I the right camera, guys? Okay, it's live. Okay, Women's Day is coming up next month. We missed it last year due to COVID, but we are coming back hard, y'all. We bringing them out as we are getting ready to welcome the ladies, and I am here with Miss Ebony Ingram Jones, who is over our women's ministry here in Louisville. Good morning, Ebony.
Good morning, sister.
She's looking beautiful, y'all. Can she get some art,
and you
some
as
lights,
well,
and some love? Thank you so much for first off joining us this morning. Women's Day. We felt a little slighted because
definitely.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah.
But what do you have in store for us coming up? March 1st is tomorrow, so for the month of March.
Yeah. Women's Month is March, and we're
That's
going to
right.
start celebrating tomorrow. This year's theme, because like you said, COVID kind of came and took away our plans that we had, and this year's theme in reference to that is going to be greater works. You thought that you could stop us doing the mission of God in 2020, but guess what? You did not succeed.
That's right.
And we're going to do even greater things in 2021. So Women's Day will be held the third Sunday of this month. We will have Sister Diane Moffitt, who is the president of the missionary board for the Presbyterian Church. And from what I understand, Sister Moffitt is someone to know.
Yes.
This year, I've had so many questions about what are we going to wear. We're ladies. We are going to wear all black.
Yes.
And we're going to complement it with wonderful pops of pink and red. And you may ask, well, why are we doing black again? Well, we wanted to, in solidarity, show that we're proud of our blackness,
Yes.
and we're proud, so much so we're going to show our unity through our colors. Those pops of pinks and red are going to just show how vibrant we are and how dedicated we are to the mission of the church and the women's ministry.
So we talk about pops. What do we talk? Like maybe like necklaces, pops, or flowers, or scarves.
Correct. Shoes.
Yes.
That'll probably be my pop. Hair accessories. Just in whatever way you'd like to accentuate that black, feel free to do so. And we're going to ask you to send any of your pictures on that day in your colors to us so that we can show them to the church that even though we didn't gather, we are still together and in solidarity in our colors. So make sure you get those wonderful outfits together and send us the picture so we can show everyone.
I love that. Real quick, give a shout out to the women's ministry leaders in Hardin County and Southern Indiana.
Absolutely. At our Hardin County campus, we have Sister Tawan Harris. She's an awesome woman of God. She and her husband just embarked upon this wonderful journey. They own like a semi-pro football league.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Our very beautiful Sister Camille Stewart on our Indiana campus.
She's a firecracker.
She is a firecracker, and she is just good fun.
Yeah.
So I do want to shout those ladies out because they are giving much great leadership on both of those campuses.
Absolutely. Anything else you want the our members to know about Women's Day before we get out of here? Because Ebony is singing today. Yeah. She's got to run all the way back to the sanctuary. Anything else, Ebony?
Absolutely. We will be sending a very detailed informational email to everyone. So be on the lookout for that email. It will give you a calendar. We're going to have daily challenges for the women of the church. We're going to have just all kind of fundraising events, partnering with Poppin' Flavors over in Indiana. So we know that's going to be a success. We are still dedicated to our $150 donation to the
above
church,
your tithes and offering.
above your tithes and offering. Thank you for that verbiage. And we are also wanting to set a Sunday school goal. Well, Reverend Geneva has set the Sunday school goal for $20,000 for the month of March. And we will be talking about we are more than hips, lips, and fingertips.
Come on
so
now.
You don't want to miss that. Sister Erica, as always, will make sure that music is on point the week leading up to and the day of Women's Day. So stay tuned. Like I said, look out for your calendar in your email, in your inbox, because we've got something just for you, and we're doing it in the name of Jesus, and we're going to do greater works.
And we're going to be looking fly, doing it, okay? Women's Day 2021. I can't wait for the conversation, which Betty Baye is going to moderate. And who's the special guest speaker?
Kentucky's very own Sister Sherry Riley. She does not live here in Louisville anymore, but when she did, she was a member here at St. Stephen Church, and she wrote a wonderful book titled Exponential Living. And she, because she loves our church family, has agreed to participate in our SASSY meetings for the book discussion, so you definitely don't want to miss that. And that will be in your email also with the link to purchase the book.
All right, come on, ladies, come on. Sign up. Women's Day 2021. Ebony, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms.
And we
Crystal.
can't wait to see you singing the praises to our King as it is Legacy Sunday here at St. Stephen Baptist Church. Go ahead. Yes, let's give Ebony some hearts and loves. I see some people giving you some applause. All right. Well, let me do some shout outs real quick. Let me do some shout outs as we prepare to get into St. Stephen News. We are live, y'all. And the first Sunday that we go live, and I had to literally put on some pants and some clothes, jump in my car, and drive down here to St. Stephen Baptist Church. It is like a monsoon outside, but I tell you, it feels good to be in the house of the Lord, and it feels good to be live with you all on this Sunday. Big shout outs to Miss Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones said, I love me some Camille. We love some Camille as well. Denise Triplett is watching. I know she's from our Southern Indiana campus. How you doing, Miss Denise? Joe Stone is tuned in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Kenneth here, how are you? Pamela Neefley says, Ebony, I love you. Who doesn't love Ebony? Absolutely. Hey, welcome to the pre-worship experience. We are moving right along. Worship begins at 9:30, and it is Legacy Sunday. And we are going to be blessed by the music ministries of Reverend Michael Fry and sister, singer, and songwriter Colette Bridgewater. Worship begins at 9:30. So let's get right to it. Here is what's going on here at St. Stephen Baptist Church. Hey, don't forget today, St. Stephen will be the site for COVID testing between 11 and 4 p.m. So if you haven't had a COVID test, now is the time to travel on down here and know your status and get that test, and it is absolutely free. The Park Duval Community Center, hold on, I lost my place. There we go. The Park Duval Community Center are still receiving applications for their WIC program. It's a powerful tool to improve both the health and nutrition status of our community. And for more information about that, you can give them a call at 502-774-4401. 774-4401. Our men's ministry, they are delving into the final book of the great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Be sure to join them for their book club every Wednesday, 8:45 to 10. And the book they are delving into is Where Do We Go From Here? And that is the last book featured by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So make sure you check that out. We talked about it. Women's Month. Women's Month is beginning next month. Greater works, sisters positioning themselves to do great things in his name. And so make sure that you are signed up for the emails, as Ebony was discussing, so you can receive all of the information as it pertains to Women's Day. And ladies, don't forget, go ahead and go out there and get your pops of color, pops of pink, pops of red with black, okay? And the Sunday school theme for Women's Month will be more than hips, lips, and fingertips. And guess what? We're going to have special guest instructors for Women's Day. The Bible studies, 1:30 p.m. Dr. Christine Cosby Gaither is first up. That's going to be on March 1st. Sister Cynthia Shelby, that's going to be on March 10th. Reverend Linda Bunton, that's March 17th. And Sister Gail Strange, and that's going to be on March 24th. And be sure to check that out. And our goal, again, is 20,000 viewers for our Sunday school, and we know that we can make that happen. We've already talked about, the book discussion featuring Sherry Riley. There we go. So we got to hurry up. Got to make up for some lost time, guys, because worship begins here in a few minutes. But I do want to shout out the special guest preacher for Women's Day. It's going to be Reverend Diane L. Gibbons Moffett, and she's the president and executive director of the Presbyterian Mission Agency here in Louisville. She's our very own. And ladies, don't forget about your $150 commitment above your tithes and offering. And don't forget about that. I have to get to a message here. I know Miss Pat Matheson. Oh, okay. The COVID testing. She sent me about the COVID testing. But I wanted to have the information about the water initiative. And I don't see it on here, guys. But it's a follow-up to Miss Michelle Porter's water story. And they're going to be taking donations again for the water. And actually, UPS has jumped in on that. Sister Michelle Porter is at it again with her hashtag 502. Thank you so much, Alex. With her hashtag 502 Water for Texas initiative. You guys, this thing has truly exploded. If you watched Michelle's interview that I did with her on Wednesday, she said she woke up from a nap and said, you know, the Lord put it on my heart to help Texas by sending water. One huge semi was sent, and guess what? They're doing it again, and UPS has jumped on to help with that. So they're going to be doing the water drop-off on March 2nd. That's on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you want to get in on this, you can donate cash. If you want to go ahead and just do a monetary donation, you can do cash. The cash tag is $502 Water for Texas. That's $502 Water for Texas. Oh my gosh, we're just about out of time. I have just enough time to do some birthday shout outs, okay? So here we are. Let's do some birthday shout outs. If you're celebrating a birthday in the month of February, thank you so much, Alex. If you're celebrating a birthday in the month of February, we want to say happy birthday to you. But big shout outs to brother Dwayne Nunnally. Happy birthday to you. Barbara Jones is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Barbara. Martha Bailey is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday. Travis Tandy, Janice Briscoe, Leandra Rowe, Keith Williams, Lanisha Porter, Cornelius Pumphrey, Regina Hicks, Sharon Miller, and Helen Summers. Happy birthday to you. And if you're celebrating a birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday as well. Happy 25th anniversary to the Daniels. We want to wish you a very happy birthday as well. Hey, we received some sad information and just want to keep the Landgraves family lifted up in prayer. Our former worship leader, Minister Kevin Landgraves, passed away a few days ago. It's still a shock as we had just lost Rico, but let's continue to keep Kevin Landgraves and his family lifted up in prayer. Well, it's time for us to get out of here so we can get out of the way so worship can begin. It's Legacy Sunday here at St. Stephen Baptist Church, and I can't wait to hear a word from our pastor.